welcome back to my channel. I am back with a client glam. Today we're doing a natural glam. So I'm first starting off by cleansing the skin using the Noxzema anti-blemish pads. I'm then using the Embryolisse moisturizer to prep and prime her skin. I'm using the NYX Plump Right Back Serum. This helps just give the skin like that natural glow. It adds another layer of tackiness to the base. I'm just blending everything in with the Real Techniques Instapot face brush. Now I'm going to fix up the brows by using the e.l.f. brow gel. And I'm using the back of the spoolie to push down her brow hairs to keep them in place. I'm now using the RCMA No Color Setting Powder to just set the brows in place. And this helps the Morphe brow pencil that I'm going to use a little bit to stick and glide better onto the brows. I'm using the shades Java and Chocolate Mousse for her brows. And you just want to do small hair-like strokes. You don't want to do any straight lines. You just want to do everything in strokes. And I like to just follow the natural brow shape that she already has, but just define it a little bit more. Now I'm cleaning up the brows with the e.l.f. Hydrating Camo Concealer, and I'm just using this on the bottom of her brows. I don't use it to clean up the top. And honestly, the best brushes to clean up brows are painter brushes from Amazon. Now I'm just going to blend that out and prep her eyelids for the eyeshadow. So now I'm going to use the Inglot gel liner in the shade 77 and put that in her waterline. I use a lip applicator and a sponge to push down her bottom lash lid, and I just use a lip applicator to apply the product on. Now I'm going to add a little bit more concealer to the parts that I didn't on her eyelids to prime it for the eyeshadow. I'm using the Morphe 35X eyeshadow palette, and I'm using the shade Boom Out, and I'm just putting that all over her lid. She did have a reference picture, so that's what I'm going based off of. Now I'm going with the shade Grand Entrance, and I'm just putting that in the middle of her lid to kind of give like a halo effect. Now I'm taking the Fenty Beauty Hustler Baby highlighter, and I'm going to put that right on top. I'm going to prime the skin with the One Size Secure the Blur primer, and I do like to use this primer when I use the RCMA VK foundation palette, because it is a silicone based palette, so I want to use a silicone based primer. That's why I don't use the e.l.f. hydrating concealer on top of her brows, because it will give you a patchy effect with that concealer underneath the primer and then foundation on top. I am just cleaning up her lash lid with a bit of the same eyeliner gel. And now I'm going to just apply the foundation. Again, I'm using the RCMA VK foundation palette. This foundation palette is honestly one of the best foundation palettes ever. It is a little bit pricey, but honestly, it's so worth it. You get 18 shades. Most of them are better for the fair tones, and I use a different foundation for darker skin, which would either be MAC or Black Opal. But for light and fair skin clients, I highly recommend the RCMA foundation palette. So now I'm just blending that in with the same foundation brush from Real Techniques. I'm using the Black Opal True Color foundation stick to contour and bronze her face. Going back in with the same e.l.f. hydrating concealer, I'm just going to highlight the areas of her face as you see in the video. And now I'm just going to grab another Real Techniques brush, and I'm just going to blend that out. I believe this is the setting brush from Real Techniques. I like to go in with a brush first before going with a sponge. That way it blends out and gives as much coverage as possible. And then I go in with the sponge closer to the bottom lash lid to really get into that inner corner. Now I'm going to take the Maybelline Fit Me Pressed Powder in the shade 105, and I'm going to set that concealer. Now I'm going in with the Morphe 8H palette, and I'm going to bronze up her face and set the cream contour, or cream bronzer. And now I'm taking the Fenty Beauty Pro Filt'r setting powder in the shade Banana, and I'm just going to set all the areas that I put the concealer. I'm taking the Juvia's Place Volume 2 brush palette, and I'm just going to add blush to her face. I'm going to wipe off that excess powder with another setting brush from Real Techniques. I'm taking the same eyeshadow palette, the same color in Boom Out, and I'm just gonna drag that underneath her lash line. Now I'm just taking some mascara and I'm applying that with the same sponge as earlier and just spooling. Make sure that everything you're using on your client's face is disposable, please. Now I'm taking that same Morphe 8H palette and I'm just using one of the highlighters that's in that palette and to highlight her face. I'm going to take this e.l.f. lip liner. It doesn't have a shade name because I got it as a gift, but I'm taking one of the lip liners and I'm just going to line her lips. Now I'm taking these liquid lipsticks from Truly Glam Cosmetics in the shade Bast and Newit, and I'm mixing those two and applying it on her lips. I'm then gonna top it all off with the Truly Glam Cosmetics lip gloss in the shade Persephone, which is just a clear plumping lip gloss, and I'm applying that to blend everything in. Alright, so here is the final look. Thank you guys so much for watching. Please make sure to like, subscribe, and comment below what you want to see from me next. Thank you. Bye.